Ted Bundy, the name that sends shivers down the spines of anyone who has heard of his heinous crimes. A true embodiment of evil, Bundy was a charming monster who preyed on innocent victims, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. With a staggering body count of 30 confirmed victims, it's hard to comprehend how such a seemingly normal and charismatic individual could be capable of such atrocities. So, how did Ted Bundy manage to gain the trust of his unsuspecting victims? One could argue that Bundy's charm and good looks played a significant role in his ability to win over his victims. With his neatly groomed hair, piercing blue eyes, and disarming smile, he had a magnetic presence that drew people in. He was known to be well-spoken and articulate, able to effortlessly engage in conversations on a wide range of topics. His charm was so powerful that even those who were initially skeptical of him found themselves falling under his spell. But Bundy's charm alone was not enough to gain the trust of his victims. He was a master manipulator, skilled at exploiting the vulnerabilities of those around him. He would often present himself as a kind and helpful stranger, offering assistance to those in need. Whether it was pretending to be injured and seeking help with carrying his belongings or feigning car trouble and asking for a ride, Bundy knew how to create situations that would make his victims feel obligated to help him. Once he had gained their trust, Bundy would then escalate his manipulation tactics. He would use his intelligence to craft elaborate stories and personas, weaving a web of deception that would confuse and disarm his victims. He would assume different identities, often posing as a police officer or a firefighter, further solidifying the trust his victims had placed in him. These tactics allowed him to get close to his victims, gradually breaking down their defenses and gaining access to their lives. It's important to note that Bundy's ability to gain the trust of his victims was not solely based on his charm and manipulation skills. He also took advantage of societal norms and expectations. In the 1970s, a time when trust in strangers was more common, people were generally more willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. Bundy exploited this trust, using it to his advantage and preying on the kindness of others. Furthermore, Bundy's ability to blend in and appear unassuming added to his success. He was not the stereotypical image of a serial killer. He was educated, held a job, and had a seemingly normal life. This allowed him to move through society undetected, making it easier for him to approach and gain the trust of his victims. In conclusion, the trust that Ted Bundy was able to establish with his victims was a result of his charm, manipulation skills, exploitation of societal norms, and ability to blend in. His good looks and charisma drew people to him, while his manipulation tactics allowed him to break down their defenses. By assuming different identities and taking advantage of societal trust, Bundy was able to get close to his victims and ultimately carry out his horrific crimes. The case of Ted Bundy serves as a chilling reminder that evil can often hide behind a charming facade.